everyone, this is Sarah. Now, after understanding the tips and tricks for Google Forms, let's now proceed with Mail Merge. Mail Merge is a handy feature that incorporates data from both a Word document and a spreadsheet and allows you to create multiple documents at once, such as letters, and then saving you the time and effort to retyping the same letter over and over again. Now, the tool that we will need for mail merge is known as Autocrat. Autocrat is a document merge tool that allows you to take data from spreadsheet and merge it into a document via template. Now, these are the Google apps that we will need for this activity. Of course, the Google Forms, Google Docs for the template, and Google Sheets where we will get all the data. Let's jump in. Of course, we'll start with going over the responses and then check if everything is scored correctly. Now, we trust that Google Forms will do that, but of course, it cannot check the short responses. Or, for example, there are essays on your examination, then you double check that. So to start, let's go with our email address. You go log in and then look for your Google Forms. Now we see that this Google Forms has received 5 responses already. You see that there is already a number on this end. If you go to responses, there will be a summary, questions. But let's proceed with individual. So the first thing that I got here is 1 from sample student 1. You will see that there is a scoring indicator here, but we will not add a score because this is just a name. The section, and of course the teacher. Now, based on this, we know that Google Forms was able to check this question outright, and we know that the student was able to get it correctly. If we try to scroll down, it will do the same thing with the others. Here, the answer is incorrect, so it's marked X, 0.0. And here you go, short responses. Sometimes, Google Forms doesn't recognize the capitalization of the response. Say, for example, you write here touch as a correct answer. Then the student also wrote touch but in capital letters, then Google Forms will not recognize it. So in that case, you can manually place a point. There will be a prompt, you just have to save it. Now, you will see the total score, that is 3 of 10 points. Now, say for example, you were able to go over all the responses from your students. You were able to check that, all of their answers for the essay part is correct, and so and so. Now, we are going to generate a spreadsheet coming from it. Now, here's the automatic option for Google Forms, and this is create spreadsheet. It will automatically assign a name for it. Of course, you can still change it if you want to. And then click create. Now if you try to scroll, you will see that it was not able to show the score per number. Now that's a default feature of Google Sheets. So what if I would like it to have the score? I don't want to write it down per question. 3 dot options and then download responses as .csv. .csv is a very compatible format. Even if you're using a Mac, even if you're using a Windows laptop, computer, it will still be able to read the file. So let's download it now. Here, click on that, and then let's open. Now, since I'm using a Mac, it will open it through numbers. Here you go. Now it's assigning points for each. Now we just have to clean this part. Here, do we need the timestamp? No. Of course, we need the total score. And here you will notice that what that CSV format offers for us is it actually provides a score for everything here and feedback. Now we just have to identify which one is needed and which one is not. For the student name, do we need a score? No, so let's delete that. Do we need the feedback? No, let's delete that. Now the section has a score, let's delete that as well. This is one of the most tedious part of cleaning for mail merge, but after this everything will go well and fast. Notice that for question number 1, there are also 3 aspects: the question, the score, and the feedback. Now what we need here are these 2, the question and the score. We don't need the feedback. Why? The question provides the answer chosen by the student. the score part, the one with score at the end, provides the score the student got. Alright, so let's just retain that. And then for this one, feedback, we don't need it. Then let's delete. The process goes with all of the questions. Now, you may continue doing that on your end and proceed with the cleaning process. Now that we're done cleaning our spreadsheet, just have to make sure that we select them all, you copy them, and then you paste it to your Google Sheets. Now, make sure that you name the sheet tab properly. After pasting this to our Google Sheets, you need to make a template. A template is a file that we will send to the students, or it will serve as a format document. Now, let's just go to our Google Apps, then Docs. And then you may start creating your template from blank. It can be as colorful as you want. You can add the different images that you use on a Google Forms here so that the students won't be confused on which one is what not. Now from my end, I was able to create a sample template already for this activity. Just make sure also that you won't forget the name of your template. Now we got here the class number, name, grade, and section. What we want to do is that for Google Docs to automatically call the value that we have here. These are the values. For our example, we just have to add tags. Tags are code-like phrases or words that we add on our template so that we'll be able to call the value coming from the Google Sheets. Now they are enclosed with brackets. Now first, since we're referring to class number and name, we need to get the column that has the value of the class number and name. And apparently on this end, it's this one. Now, just to make sure that we got all the details correctly, we just have to copy that, paste it on our template, and close it. Now, here's where we can be a little bit creative. Also here, we need to get the grade and section. So we need to go back here, get the column name for the cells that has the grade and section. Well, apparently we're lucky because this one's pretty short. Section, copy that here, paste, add the brackets, make the necessary adjustments. Now let's proceed with this. My template doesn't have the question yet, so what I'll do is I will just copy it. Now, what's fun is that this time around we can just put in the answer of the student. But imagine if your school, if you have 300 plus students, it'll be a lot of work. Now, we just have to make use of the tags. Which column has the answer of the students for question number 1? It's this one. And there goes the answers. All we do is just we copy the entire thing. Here, paste it, and close. Now question, why is it over here? It was able to occupy a lot of space already. No, don't worry. Autocrat will make the adjustments on the spaces later since the response from the students are very, very short. They're just like one word. Then we just need to write down the correct answer here. We know that the correct answer for question number 1, it is nose, right? There. So we need to write there, nose. Then on this end, we need to get this score as well, so we will make use of the tags. Again, which column has the has the response for score? This is column letter G. And column letter G has this title, so we just need to get a title. The difference is that this one has the word score, while the first one on column F doesn't, so we need to be careful on that. Copy, paste. Again, it's going over the line, but that's fine. It will make the necessary adjustments. Do we want this on bold? It's up to us. Do we want this colored? Well, since this is about score, I think it would be best to make it like somewhat noticeable for the students, and I will make it red. Alright, so we just have to work on the rest of the questions so that when we try to publish this, everything will work well. Hi teachers, now the next thing that we need to do after setting up our template is to install an add-on to our spreadsheet or our Google Sheets. We are now going to work on with Autocrat. Now Autocrat is here. Now click on add-ons on your Google Sheets. Click get add-ons and then you will see a list of add-ons. Now if you don't see this right away, you can just search for it, then write down Autocrat. There, here, click Autocrat and then install. Just accept the terms and conditions. Now we're going to use this email address, allow all features or access, continue, and then you're done. So if we check our add-ons, we'll see that Autocrat is already there. Just click open, wait for it to launch. Now this doesn't have any job on the line yet, so let's just create a new one. Let's name it as Science Test Result. Click next. Now we need to get a template from our Google Drive. Let's just say that we don't have this yet. So let's just click from Drive. Then go on Summative Assessment, and then this is the Google Drive, our Google Docs template. Click next. It should load there. Here you go. Then click next. Make sure that you don't have any unmapped tags. So let's double check. Make sure that this one is on results. Wait for it to load, and there, it's all clear. Everything is mapped when it comes to the tags. Meaning to say, Autocrat was able to find all of these tags on our template. We don't need to worry about it anymore. If everything is clear, just click next. Now let's have a file name. Now of course, we would like the file name of each document to be based on the student's name, so that we will not have a hard time looking for it if in case we need one. Now we will base everything on their inputs. But of course, to make everything work accordingly, we will make use of tags. You can just copy this one. You can also copy from this spreadsheet, but since I can't access it yet, I'll just get it from the docs and then paste. There. Now what do we want? Do we want this document to be published as Google Docs, or do we want this to be published as PDF? So let's go on PDF. Let's just leave this on a classic mode and then click next. Now if you have a specific folder in your Google Drive where you want to save all of the outputs from Autocrat, then you can just make one. Or on my end, since I just have this drive, I'll just let it be like that, and then I'll proceed with the next one. I'll skip this. Since this is optional, I'll also skip that. And then here, this is one of the most important steps. Share docs and send emails. Just click yes, and all of these other options will appear. Now, do you want to share the document? Yes, of course. Now, it will stay on PDF. Allow collaborators to reshare. Now send from generic no reply. That actually depends on you. If you don't want your students to reply on the email later on, if you send it to them, then just click yes. But if it's fine that you receive emails from them, then just click no. Then tags. Now we may write here the email address of the students using the email address column page. Let me just check. Hold on. So username, and let's place it here. That's the tag for the email address. And then let's go and type the subject. Let's write. Alright, then say hello. Let's get again the name of the student, so we don't need to write it from time to time. Now this is just like writing an email to our students. Now, when we're done, all of this will be attached to an email and you will see this. Now click next. I just leave it like that, then save. Then, here, the job has been created and just have to play it. I will play it now. Let's see what will happen. Running job. Based on how we did it before, it takes 20 seconds per file to be loaded. There, the job is done. Now let's close this first, then try to look at the entire spreadsheet, and you'll notice that there are additional columns provided by Autocrat telling us that the file has been submitted and created. Now, since we were able to name the file based on the student's name, here we go, and then we have this. Now let's visit one and let's see how it looks like. So you see automatically the name of the student has been placed there, his inputs, and then here, so we got it correctly, 1 point, points, 0/2, 2/2, 0/2, and so on, right? Now, how about the other documents? Let's go ahead and visit our Google Drive. There, you see all of the students' output are there. Now question, was this sent to their email address? Yes. Now, one more thing. What if the student doesn't have an email address and we're just using a certain learning management system to give them the examination, and then how can we send the result to them? Well, apparently, since the files created by Autocrat is already on your Google Drive, you can just download this and send it to the students. Now, this is of course tedious, but that's how we can resolve the non-email problem, especially with students that are in lower grades. And that's it. I hope Autocrat and Google Forms, with these different Google apps, were able to give us some comfort that, hey, even if we're on this struggling moments in time, we can still cope up, and of course, we can still do our job in the best way we can. Thank you very much. See you on our next academics.